Hi, Tua.
Y'all good?
Well, go on, Pussycats.
What's up, y'all? Stadium Whispers. We back. You know what it is. It's Tuesday. It's your boy Shane. We got Yak. We got Vaughn. We got Ivan. Say what's up to everybody.
What's up?
Gang.
Hey, real quick, rest in peace, Franklin
Free
Harris.
YMLA, free the whole YSL. That's left in jail.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah.
It is like the third day of Kwanzaa, though, low key.
Low key, high key.
What's the first day of Kwanzaa?
Rest in peace, Jared Lorenzen.
Forgive me, I forgot. It's been a long time since I learned.
Tell us, Ivan.
I can't pronounce the U word, but it means unity.
Ujobo?
Yeah, it means unity.
It's like, yeah.
You go back and watch the episode of Proud Family when they was doing the.
Mm-hmm.
You know what?
That's when they was giving us that real education.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we learned in school.
Umoja.
Stadium Wisp.
I really don't know, man.
So we want to start off that. We want to start off with 2-0. We want to start off with
We can start with
Broncos or the Broncos.
Start off with Sean's one.
Let's
pick
start
one,
with Tua real quick.
All
right.
So, like, how y'all feel about y'all mans? You think it's up for him?
Who's man?
Y'all mans.
Who?
Ivan, too late for what?
Y'all think it's done for him in Miami? You think he's out of there? Like, what's up? How y'all feeling about that? You think he's redeemable? You think he gets another season?
I feel it. I guess it really depends. If they miss the playoffs, I feel like that spot could be up for grabs. That so-called Lamar Jackson in Miami, when people was floating that out in the air, that could be possibly a realization. If he missed the playoffs, for sure.
Not even.
And not even on top of his inconsistent play, his health. Like, he's the first player I've ever seen check himself into concussion protocol. Like, ever. I've never seen a player after the game like, hey, yeah. Which I'm not even saying that's a bad thing. You can tell that he actually cares about his health, but still, that's kind of alarming.
Is he checking it in because that's an easy way out, or is he checking it in because he really has concussion problems?
I think both can be true.
Taking an easy way out? What are you saying? He's soft?
No, they're saying
he feels like he had a couple bad games in the last few weeks.
As an excuse is what you're saying. That he can use that
go
as
ahead
an
and say
excuse
my
for
hair
his bad play.
So he's soft.
Yeah, say he's soft. Go ahead and say my hair hurt.
I mean, he had a bad game against the Bills. I thought it was a good game. I mean,
yeah, he had a good game.
Yeah.
But then he reverted right back to his old self. Or somebody say his old self. I feel as though like he's had an up and down season. This is the first real season that the organization and the team has fully been behind him. So he should go ahead and get another year more likely.
I think he'll get another year personally, because outside of the last 4 weeks, everybody was talking about him being an MVP candidate. He was playing.
Very true.
So, even though I'm not convinced on Tua, but I'm just saying, just based off that alone, you have to at least give him another year. I know as a Dolphins fan, you're probably panicking because it's like, is he legit or not? Because if he's not legit, let's focus to try to get somebody else. If he is, then let's keep him, because eventually you have to pay him too. They're going to decide they're going to pay him or not. So that's about to come up too.
Yeah, off his play alone, he has to get another year. The only thing that you would not consider another year is off his health, because he hasn't been playing that bad this season. So you have to give him another year. And they're not in a position. I don't know where the quarterbacks are that deep this year, but they're not in a position where they can just go out and draft another quarterback this year high anyway, because they're probably going to make the playoffs. So you got to stick with him another year.
Mm-hmm.
Now if they lose these next 2 games, they ain't going. They got opponents the last 2 weeks.
But their team, I feel like their team is with the amount of money they spent, they're in a perpetual win now mode. So it's kind of like, do we have the chance to wait for Tua to progress, where we can go out and get a valuable commodity?
Yeah, like at this point, how long you gonna keep waiting?
I mean, I feel like you need to get like a good backup, like a good veteran backup that's better than Teddy Bridgewater. Like
what?
next year,
But what backup quarterback can you get that's better than Teddy Bridgewater? Name me two. Name me one right now.
Gardner Minshew.
I was gonna say Gardner Minshew, somebody like that.
But at the same time, he don't even have the same experience.
They can have Heineke. They got Taylor.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying Teddy Bridgewater is the end all be all.
He was there last year.
I mean, that's a wash.
I mean, I'm just saying those would probably be the three you could probably say.
That's it. You know what I mean? You can't really get too many backups. Not to say there aren't better backups. There could be but 2 or 3, but you can't really get too many better backups than a Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets.
Yeah, that's about as good as it gets. He damn near. You see Teddy Bridgewater come in and damn near like maintain or save seasons almost. So
I mean, another option could be Baker Mayfield. I mean,
could.
Yeah,
but is that really much of an improvement if you don't have a run game?
I think the Rams might keep him as a backup. I think the players are responding well to him, surprisingly.
Stafford could retire.
Right. He said he's not retiring. He said that
he's not going to retire.
He said it was White Podcast. It's like, let's just clear this up because I know this isn't true. But are you retiring? And he said no. So,
well, what happens if McVay dips out?
He's not dipping out.
He's not leaving.
If McVay dips out, I think Lincoln Riley will be the next coach of the Rams.
Yeah, and I don't think McVay wants to go out like this.
Yeah,
like I feel like
he's not going to go out 5-12 or 6.
He's got too big of an ego to go out like
that. Everybody with all his stars being injured all year long, nah. And then the run game got better towards the end of the year as well.
Yeah, their offensive line a little healthier. What's the name actually looks pretty decent now after the Achilles. He fully had a year.
Cam Akers.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But I guess for Tua, we'll see. We'll see let's see if he plays within these next 2 games because they got to play the Jets.
He's not going to play. There's no way you play him.
He's not playing.
Yeah, I think he's done for the season.
Oh, they're done for the season. They're not going to the playoffs.
No, I mean,
they're not going.
Who they got coming up? Who their next 2 games?
Both their games are away.
They got New England in one of their games, though.
They got New England and the Jets.
They can be both. I feel like they can be both those with a backup quarterback in the roster they have.
Out to it, and then Mike White will be back.
Right.
They're 0-3 with Teddy.
I still think that those are still 2 very winnable games. With
I mean, yeah, they could win it, but it's already it's proven they move better with 2 on the field than with Teddy Bridgewater.
That's very true. Yeah. But at the same time, you got veterans on your team. This is what you pay Tyreek Hill for. You know what I mean? Like, this is what you pay him $30 million a year for and trade 2 first-round picks for. Is all
Teddy's right. He's not a gunslinger, though.
I'm not saying that he is, but Tyreek Hill needs to go talk to Teddy. Yeah.
Huh? Neither is Tua.
I mean, Tua will at least try to throw. He'll try to at least throw that thing. He will. He'll try to at least do something. You know what I'm saying? He'll at least throw the ball down.
I feel like you can talk to Teddy and you can. The receivers in the offense can pull Teddy aside, and then they could tell Teddy like, "Look, we need you for 2 games." And I feel like Teddy can.
In those 3 games he started, did you see anything that gives you confidence in Teddy?
No, and then the Patriots and the defenses too.
Yes,
I respect that and I understand that, but like I said,
and the Jets defense is good.
They still can
be
good, and both defenses have been exposed this season.
I mean, they're going to need Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert to pick it up in these next 2 games.
No one really dropped like 40, 35, 40. No one's scoring like that on the Jets. If they're winning, it's close games. Like,
and the Patriots just held like a fully loaded Bengals to 22 points?
Yeah. Like, they're both like, and this is a divisional game too. So, and they're away. So you're asking Teddy Bridgewater to go into enemy territory with the good defenses to win them 2 games to go to the playoffs. That's a tall.
Especially when those other 2 teams kind of need those games. Like the Patriots are still in the hunt.
The Patriots need the game to show the Jet. Like they're still in the hunt. So they still have a lot to play for, which means they're going to play hard as crap.
And I'm not denying that. But what I'm saying is that Teddy Bridgewater still can go in and win those games against Matt Jones and Mike fucking White.
I give him a better chance against the Patriots than the Jets.
Same.
For sure. But I don't know.
I'm just saying that's a tall order to ask for him. But the games I've seen him play this year, he didn't press.
It's a tall order to ask. It's a tall order to ask the same thing of both of those quarterbacks.
Mac Jones been in the playoffs.
They're facing 2 good.
But is Mac Jones good?
No, he's better than
he's
Teddy.
not.
Is he better? Is he really better than Teddy?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. I think he
Is he?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, no.
I
cannot say with 100% confidence that Mac Jones is better than Teddy Bridgewater right now.
Who is Teddy Bridgewater? Like, why
honestly, I don't think Mac Jones is good at all.
I don't think. I'm not a big. I don't care for Mac Jones at all.
Teddy Bridgewater has done better in this league. He has done better in this league than Mac Jones has ever done.
This is Mac Jones' second year.
Okay, but when Teddy was Teddy's first year, he's a Pro Bowl.
He took him to the playoffs his first season.
Okay, Teddy Bridgewater went to the playoffs with the Vikings in the first year, I believe, too. So what are you saying?
No, I don't think he did.
Shane?
I don't think he did.
Well, didn't Teddy Bridgewater take the Vikings to the playoffs in the first year? And he was a Pro Bowler. He was an alternate Pro Bowler, but he was a Pro Bowler. Because coming to his second year is where he blew his knee out. And they had high hopes for him and the Vikings.
Because I think he made it 1 year, it was pedestrian, like 13 touchdowns and like 4 interceptions or some fluky.
And not to mention, how long ago was this?
Hey, bro, but
what have you done for me lately? That's what we do.
Okay, but what has Mac Jones ever done for you at all? You can't sit up here and tell me that Mac Jones has done more for you in this league than Teddy Bridgewater has ever done for you in this league. Because I can look up right now, I can look up 3 or 4 years ago probably, and Teddy Bridgewater's season is probably better than
Bridgewater done for you lately, besides go for team to team. What has he done for you?
He's a great backup quarterback. That's what great backup quarterbacks do.
He's a great backup quarterback.
But Teddy Bridgewater has made $20 million a year multiple times in this NFL.
I wouldn't say great.
He has made $20 million a year multiple times in this NFL.
I mean, what is that saying though?
It says a lot, bro. They just don't be giving random quarterbacks $20 million a year. I know that for a fact.
It was year 2.
15, they ain't giving 20 out. They didn't give him 20 out and give you
there's backups that made a lot of money in the league.
But yes, are they getting $20 million a year?
How much has Ryan Fitzpatrick made?
Ryan Fitzpatrick was also looked at as a starting quarterback in the NFL in multiple places he went.
He was looked at as a starting quarterback when he got the opportunity.
So he got paid as such. They looked at him as a starting quarterback, so he got paid as a starting quarterback.
And then what happened when he started? He actually wasn't a starting.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything. He was a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Was looked at as a starter.
And he too also had years and looked better than Mac Jones ever has.
Mac Jones has only been in the league for 2 years.
Okay, so what are you? Mac Jones has never looked good in his 2 years in the league.
He never looked good, but
there was a time that niggas thought Teddy Bridgewater was a future star quarterback of the NFL.
Jones was literally in the Pro Bowl last year and took his team to the playoffs his first season.
Okay, so did Teddy Bridgewater. What are you saying? There is no argument here for you to be had because Mac Jones is not better than Teddy Bridgewater. I would say to you right now, if Teddy Bridgewater was the quarterback of the Patriots, they might be they might look better on offense.
How?
I think it's Bailey Zappi, Mac Jones, and Teddy Bridgewater.
You're telling me the same offense that has Tyreek Hill and Waddle, and they didn't look anywhere the same.
I'm saying that Teddy Bridgewater will look better than Mac Jones because of his offense. Yes,
when they got Jacoby Myers,
I think Teddy Bridgewater will look better in that offense. Yes, as a precision passer and doing what the offense needs him to do, he will look 100.
Well, he couldn't do it on the Miami offense, who has better players.
They asked him to do different things.
No, I don't.
You just said yourself that he's not the quarterback to drive the ball.
No, I don't want to hear that. If he can't do it with Jalen Waddle, I bet Mac Jones, who's played with Jalen Waddle, will look better with them. I would think. I think they probably would have won.
Maybe not. He barely can get the ball out now to the niggas he can get the ball out too.
He can't
get the ball there. He sucks. He sucks. He can't get the ball there. He sucks.
What weapon do they have that's even close to Jalen Waddle on Patriots right now?
I mean, they have 2 premium tight ends. We're not going to sit here and say like they have scrub tight ends that he can't get the ball to over the middle.
Are they even like top 7? You're saying they're premium. Are they even top 7?
They're nice. I take Hunter Henry and
I mean, Hunter Henry, he's cool, but what the other guy had? What one 2 good years with the Titans?
Matter of fact, just last year, Teddy Bridgewater had 18 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
So we're really going to alarm that? Like, that's awesome, outstanding.
But that's good. That's solid. I can take that. There's limitations there, but he's not turning the ball over, is he?
Because he's scared. He's always been scary. That's always been his downfall. He's scary. He doesn't win. That's why he doesn't win.
He don't lose your games either.
And he doesn't win you games. What you mean? He don't win them. How many games?
Bro, they get you $20 million a year in the NFL.
Okay, so what? Does he win you games? Yes or no? No.
Mac Jones. Once Mac Jones' first contract is done, unless there's drastic improvement in him, he will never get $20 million a year. He'll get like a Mitch Trubisky prove-it contract, and then that'll be it for him. He'll be relegated to backup status.
So Ivan, so you're saying, well, we were talking about last year, saying, well, that's not much. I mean, what did Denver do with those same people this year? I mean,
their quarterback
looked worse. Their quarterback looked worse.
What he did last year was better than what they got
Pro
this year.
Bowl Hall of Fame quarterback looked worse with the same niggas.
One of their best wide receivers was out at the beginning of the year, so they don't have him. Let's talk about that. That's not the complete same team, but whatever. You know, Hackett, who literally just got fired.
Offensively? What are you talking about? It's the same.
They played for Vic Fangio last year.
They're missing a wide receiver. He tore his ACL at the beginning of the season. Who had a good year for them last year?
Tim Patrick.
Yes, he did.
And they lost one, but they gained another one. It was.
Did they still not have Jerry Jeudy and Cameron Sutton, or did they have bums playing at receiver?
They lost Tim Patrick, but they gained. But then they got back KJ Hamler.
Okay, if Teddy was so good,
do Cameron Sutton and Jerry Jeudy suck? Is that much of a difference between Cameron?
Why is he not still there?
And I had Noah Fant last year.
Why is he not there?
Who?
Teddy.
Because they went up Russ. Well, they actually
got Russell Westbrook. It was a clear upgrade.
Right.
They felt the need to upgrade their quarterback because they felt if they upgraded their quarterback, they would get to the playoffs.
That's why they did. Year like you said he had, they would have shipped him off like that.
But it was
Teddy is who Teddy is and who he will always be.
Just like Taylor Heineke's
a fucking bum. You can't say anything other than Mac Jones right now that he's a fucking bum. What? He sucks.
Okay, I don't hype up Taylor. Why are you bringing up Taylor?
I'm not hyping
points. I don't hype. I'm not talking about you yet. I'm talking about why. I don't know why you bringing him up. Like I don't.
I'm just saying, if a team feels they can upgrade a position at quarterback, they're gonna go out and do it. I mean, if this is,
I'm just saying, if he's all that, like I say, he is $20 million man, then he would have stayed.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he's obviously has serviceable talents in the NFL that other people seek out and want. That's been happened more than one time in his career that people have talked about Teddy Bridgewater before the season is up and where he can go and start in other places. People aren't going to be doing that for Mac Jones if he doesn't.
He's a journeyman.
And Mac Jones is a bust.
Isn't Geno Smith?
You can't really say that.
He's a bust.
Say that. I don't even like Mac Jones. You can't say he's a bust. How's he a bust? How's he a bust?
What improvement has Mac Jones shown you from last year?
He hasn't.
I mean, he really hasn't.
Or does he look worse?
I think he looks the same.
He's regressed. I think
he's regressed.
I mean, he doesn't look. He looks the same to me. Like I don't think he got any better or worse. He looks the same.
I'm going to do for Mac Jones what they do for all our brothers that play quarterback.
Why you gotta make this racial? I knew you gonna go with the whole racial conversation. That's why you love
because that's all. Because it's not racial. It's not racial. I'm just gonna be the first one to go ahead and label.
Do with that.
I'm just gonna go ahead and be the first one to label it.
They do this for all my brothers.
Because
so I'm gonna give
he's a bust. He's a bust.
How's he a
bust? Bust it.
How's he a bust?
Round of applause. Mac Jones make that ass clap.
How's he a bust?
Round of applause. Make that ass clap.
I'm waiting for the point here.
Let me see you bust it. He's a bust.
How?
He's a bust.
How?
How isn't he?
How is he?
How you
gonna answer my question with a question?
How isn't he? Has he shown you anything that makes him good? It's the end of year 2 for a quarterback that's picked in the top 15. He has not shown you one tangible skill or trait that you can build off of in 2 full seasons as an NFL starter. He's a bust. He hasn't even shown you athleticism.
And Teddy's the most athletic guy in the world?
Not saying it is, but Teddy has shown you that he can manage a game and not.
Teddy shows you how he can get bounced around the league like a thought.
That happens, bro.
That's what Teddy shows
sometimes
you. That's what Teddy shows you.
Work out for you, but hey.
Maybe he should take those 2 gloves off. Maybe he'll throw the ball better. I don't know.
Maybe. But hey, from then he'll be taking 2 gloves, and he might be coming to New England next year to bet on Mac Jones for his spot.
Is a bum. He sucks.
Hey, bro. He's
trash.
Better than Mac Jones.
That's not even saying much. What are we saying?
You don't want to argue with Mac Jones is better than him.
I think he is better than Duke, but that's not saying much.
So,
and I don't care, and I don't even care for Mac Jones at all. I really don't care for him literally at all. I really don't. I hate that people arguing somewhat for his craft. To be honest with you, I actually don't like it. I want to stop talking about it.
Now you want to stop? Okay, let's stop talking about it.
I'm honestly tired of talking about Mac Jones, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like Teddy's all this. Like you're trying to make it seem like he is.
I don't think Teddy is all that. I think
yes,
Teddy is a quarterback, like I said before. And he has shown you, and people across America, time and time again, he's a good stopgap quarterback. If he needs somebody to come in and play within the system for a year, he's shown you that.
So he showed you that at Miami?
The first time he was there.
No, I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about the first time. I'm talking about right now. This year, he showed you that. No,
hey, bro. I believe he can. I believe that if I believe that called upon and taken seriously, and they'd say, Teddy, we need these 2 games out of you, that Teddy Bridgewater can give it to him. Yes, with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and the weapons they have.
But he couldn't do it earlier.
Scheme that fits him.
But he couldn't do it earlier.
Considering that they both are yaks, they're two great. They're yaks with 2 Ks.
And also, didn't Tyreek Hill and Waddle probably the worst statistical games when Teddy was the quarterback?
That's fine, but if Mike McDaniel screen up,
I don't know. I just want to throw that out there as well.
Mike McDaniel scheme up some screens, some slants, some quick outs, stuff like that, Teddy Bridgewater can get the job done. I believe, yes.
Okay, I can't talk about this anymore. Let's move on.
I hope you can't because you're.
I'm done. I hope you can't.
I hope you can't, bro.
I hope you can't.
There's proof of concept for mine. There's none for yours.
There is no proof. The proof is right now, and the proof is he went 0-3 and he didn't look good, and they lost.
All right, let's move on. So Broncos.
Yeah, bust that. Bust
yeah.
that.
All right, so Broncos. We had Nathaniel Hackett got fired. So whose fault was it? Whose fault was it? Was it Russ? Was it the owner? Was it the GM? Was it the head coach? I mean, what do y'all think?
It's Russ' fault.
Russ sucks right now.
It was Teddy Bridgewater's fault because he should have played better, and maybe
Russell Wilson sucks.
He did play better than Russell Wilson did this year. Literally, the numbers show it. But okay, that's another argument for another time.
But they got rid of him because he sucks. My bad. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even brought that up. But anyways, I mean, at the end of the day, even though Hackett was horrible, I don't think he didn't know what he was doing at all. But at the end of the day, Russ, the stuff you were doing all year was just bad. Like, it doesn't even matter that Hackett's a horrible. He could be the worst coach ever. I could have been there coaching, and still, you need to perform better. The decisions that he was making, bad. His attitude when he was even on the team. Do I think they might be gaslighting a little bit, possibly, but you can still see clearly that some of the teammates don't really bang with Russ at all. You know what I'm saying? And you see the podcast of like Richard Sherman and all them talking about how it was playing with the Seahawks and stuff like that. And then, I mean, it was a big, huge thing when he signed with the team. Broncos country, let's ride, the TikToks, the videos and stuff like that, which I'm not even saying that's a problem. Like, you can do that. Like, sure, he has the cachet at the time to do that. Like, he earned that. But at the end of the day, like, they're signing you all this money to perform. Like, you do have weapons there. Your defense is pretty decent. Like, granted, I don't think Hackett was, like, I really think, honestly, it was like 60-40. Because I don't think Hackett really did good at all. Like, there's not one thing you can really say. Like, honestly, you know where it really went downhill, I think? I think it was the first game of the season when they took the ball out of Russ' hands on, like, a fourth, like, late in the game. It was, like, 4th and, like 3 or something. 4th and 5, something like that. So you decided to kick a 65-yard field goal instead of putting the ball in the hands of a guy you paid $100 million to. And I think from there, it just went downhill with him, honestly. So Russ gets 60% of the blame, but I think 40% of the blame goes on Hackett too.
My personal belief is this, that I feel like this is the main thing for me, was that Russell Westbrook was a veteran quarterback in this realm, and he knew what he was getting into with a rookie head coach. So I feel like he should have been better prepared to be able to handle the situation for whatever it was, because he was theoretically the face of the franchise and the leader of the team, because they had no leader on the team because everybody there was brand new. He had to step in to be the leader, and I feel as though he didn't step into that role all the way. And that's why so much discontent and disconcernment around him on the sidelines and the huddles and stuff like that. And people just don't react to him. So I feel like that's the most telling part. That's why I say he's probably the one with the most fault, because
I agree.
Why don't your teammates believe in you in 1 year? Like, what are you doing? Like, you could be the biggest cornball you can ever be, but you know what I mean? Your team's still going to ride for you. Just look at Kirk Cousins. Right. He out here damn near giving the game away. They still putting chains on him. After he about to give the game away, he won the game back. They still putting chains on his neck on the plane. You know what I'm saying? And you never really seen nobody really embrace Russ like that, even after the win. So.
Let me ask y'all this question.
He be getting sacked, and niggas will be helping him up. It be shit like that. Like, I don't fuck with Russ.
Yeah, like that shows you what's really going on. Like, the locker room don't believe in him, bro. And I just and I don't believe the locker room just don't believe in you, just not to believe in you. Because I believe it's more of a personality thing than anything.
I think so too, because it's more than just his performance on the field. But I think how they're treating him, Russ, in the locker room is affecting his play, I think, as well. Because honestly, let me ask y'all this: do y'all think Russ is a selfish person, or do you think he comes off as selfish?
I can't call it.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know him personally. You just hear stories from like. I'm just saying, like,
about, on the outside looking at, like, what do you like? Because we can only go by the evidence that what we see. We do know he likes social media, FaceTime stuff. We did hear that he has like his own training crew that he be like training crew that he be rocking around with and stuff like that. You see how his teammates react to him, and I don't think it has nothing to do with Richard Sherman and the Seattle Seahawks talking about him and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, if Russ was rocking and doing his thing on the field, they wouldn't even care what he was saying. Like, we're seeing evidence of it. Like, so I don't know. I just brought it up because I don't know. Like, I just want to hear it. Maybe.
I mean, the guy does things like off the field, like in the community and stuff. Like, you can't. I'm not gonna character assassinate somebody, off of just.
I'm not asking you to.
But at the same
time,
knock
him for having his own training crew too.
Yeah. Like, at the same time, when I say I can't call it, is because like I feel like the picture is being muddy because we see the Russell Wilson that goes out to the hospital. Like, before he left Seattle, he made sure he went to Seattle to go out and like make sure he told all the kids bye. And he'll be back when he visits again. But at the same time, like, do you ever see Russ do anything with his teammates?
No.
I'm gonna say, both can be true. You can be a great man and an awful teammate.
Awful teammate.
Obviously.
It seems like he's for the camera a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, everything he does for the camera is like the perfect image for the camera. Like, nothing ever like is wrong with the camera.
I mean, and also like, what was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought.
His wife. That's what you about to say?
Yeah, his wife Sierra. I mean, like, she remade his image from what it was back in the day. The Hawaiian shirt and the little. I guess you
maybe
can say,
that picture got to him.
Honestly, I kind of think too, like, but honestly, even before the Broncos, like bad years having with the Broncos, like when he's with Seattle, he was literally putting them on their back for numerous years and things like that. He's been catching a lot of. Yeah, he was.
Was he though? Was he putting Seattle on his back?
He was horrible. He was after the Legion of Boom, putting them on their back.
I understand what you're saying.
Wasn't booming no more, and Marshawn Lynch wasn't there anymore. They were still making the playoffs
relevant
because of Russ.
I know. I understand what y'all saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying Russ didn't put up numbers. I'm not saying he didn't play great. What I'm saying is, was the coaching staff the one that put him in the positions to put up those numbers and make those great plays? Is what I'm saying. Versus like the coaching staff that he has now, like, because there's no way that Russell Wilson should have that big of a drop off in his numbers from this year to last year, barring injury or like a great quarterback. He shouldn't fall off to 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions through 16 games because he changed the scheme.
Well, I don't know what Russ were last year, but I don't think Russ was the same for the last couple of years, to be honest.
One thing I noticed is that what they say Russ let Russ cook. And people say, like, down the stretch of the season, Russ starting to be doing what Russ wanted to do. That's what I'm asking.
That's the reason why he wanted to leave too, because he wanted to throw the ball out. But Pete is a run first dude. He's always been a run first dude. You know what I mean? So I think Russ, he wanted to leave so he could be like you said, like his whole model. He wanted to cook. He wanted to throw the ball 40 times a game. He wants to, have.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, was it the coaching staff making Russ, like reining him in some? Versus, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying that Russ. Well, I'm not going to sit here and say that he didn't produce or do.
It depends.
He
like
went stupid,
in like Seattle, he was like more of like, it was more like a freestyle kind of like the way he was running the offense. Like, when DK Metcalf, when he said when he first got there, like, Tyler Lockett's like, this isn't like a regular offense. Like, you're not going to like do like a regular route, like a slant or like regular,
his backyard,
and then like get the ball. Like don't expect that. Like it's backyard football.
His
like
backyard, yeah.
If they expect Russ to sit in the pocket, 40 times a game with a conventional offense, that's
not really who he. That's not really who he actually is. I think that's what he wants to be. That's what he wants to be, but I don't think that's where he's like. He can sit in the pocket maybe 20 times, maybe something like that, 15, something like that. But he's good with the play action. He's good with rolling out. Like Russ, when he was with Seattle, he was super dangerous when he was out of the pocket because you didn't know what he was going to do. He was going to run. He was going to throw. He was going to find open.
Doesn't make sense.
So is he hurt?
I don't think he's hurt.
Is he in his head? Like what's up? Like I said, because I'm not just going to go for Russ having a change of scenery and all of a sudden like this is just Russ.
I think it's a mixture. I think it's a mixture of everything.
That's not a
mixture of everything. I think it's a mixture of everything. I think it's the pressure with him being there, what his expectations are. I think all the flack and all the straight shots that he be getting. I think the system does play a fact because he be in the pocket way more, not doing no play action fakes or getting him out of the pocket. He literally in the pocket a lot more. I think it's literally everything. Like I think everything comes into play with Russ.
And the offensive line is horrible.
That too.
He's played behind bad.
But then again, I ain't gonna lie, Seattle's offensive line wasn't the greatest.
I mean, but Seattle they were able to mask that though a little bit. I mean, they were bad, but like there's still the system there.
We've been talking about Russ and O lines for years, bro.
Right.
So you're not gonna tell me that all of a sudden, I understand it. I know it. I respect what y'all saying, but you're not gonna tell me that's the reason why he threw 12 touchdowns and 9 interceptions through this part of the season.
I mean, so do you think he's fixable?
I think so. I think Russell Wilson was a great quarterback.
Definitely fixable. I think he's definitely.
You don't think so, Vaughn?
No,
why?
Bro.
Why did you think he's
before the season started? I didn't think he was going to be that. I didn't think he was going to be ass, but I think he was going to be that good. I don't think we saw the same Russ we've seen the last couple of years, bro. I think he's on the decline.
And a lot of people say that's the reason why they were so eager to get rid of him.
Yeah, like but obviously, like Russ hasn't been the same. Like he hasn't been the same the last couple of years, bro. I think he's done.
Like 2 seasons ago, he led the NFL with like touchdowns or something like that. I think.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Russ been cooking
years ago.
Yeah, because he had like 40 touchdowns.
He be in MVP conversation every year up until like week 9 or 10. So
then he do fall off. Yeah, but I was just like literally in 2020, he hit 40 touchdowns.
What did he do the year before he came to Denver? Because he didn't look the same.
The year he came before,
he didn't look like vintage Russ.
Last year.
But remember, he had that thumb injury that didn't really fully heal the later part of the season, so that's why he was kind of shaky. Remember, he had that same injury Dak had, and they rushed him back. But he still had 25 and 6.
Yeah, it's still respectable. A 102 passer rating, 25.
Did they rush him back, or did he rush himself back?
It's still the coach's decision. What you mean? It's the coach's decision.
But when you're a player of Russell Wilson's passion, it's your decision.
It's your decision, bro. You're not.
Any player will rush themselves back because they want to play.
But you gotta understand, like we're not talking about like a knee. We're not talking about like a knee or anything. We're talking about like a thumb. So a coach is going to go off. Yo, can you hand? It's on his throwing hand.
But
okay, a coach is still going to go off his comfortability with it. You know what I mean? Like if there's no doctor to tell him like no, he can't play at all. A coach is going to go with how
that he should have waited.
I mean, I think it's the doctor. It's the difference between suggesting you should wait and telling you shouldn't. You're not going to play.
Russ felt he came back too early.
He came back too early.
Yeah, you saw it in the season. He was getting better. Like he was being more accurate. Like at the end of the season, and they started to win games. But of course, he didn't come back early because they were still like, I guess, were they still in the playoffs or no?
They weren't sure.
But yeah,
but it wasn't because he was on a decline because he was just playing bad. He literally had an injury on his throwing hand.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but like,
and then the year before that, he had 40 touchdowns. So I don't think he was on a decline. That's all.
When people say he declines, I don't think he really declines like over the course of the season. Russ always falls off at the end. Just last year, he played stronger at the end. Most of the time, he falls off in the middle to the end of the season anyway. So he already has like declines. It's just about like the fact of like that people started to notice it more. It was starting noticeable more in 2019 that he falls off at the end of the season because he was right now the MVP ratio with Lamar.
And I think, what I think is too, like Russ is good, but he's not on the tier of literally like 80% of the offense runs on you and you're still gonna be successful. Like he's not Mahomes. Like he's not one of those guys.
He's not Josh Allen.
You know what I'm saying? He's not he's really.
Is Josh Allen that guy?
I mean, 8% offense is Josh Allen. Quarterback runs.
But
throws.
That's not
throwing the quarterback runs. I mean, Doesn't he lead the team in rushing yards too?
He's been leading the team in rushing like the last 3 years. Literally the last 3 years.
And how far is that going to get them over a course of time?
I mean, it was good enough to make the AFC Championship.
I mean, they need to give the ball to Singletary more. And
Singletary is mid.
James Cook.
He's mid.
He's slow
I think
as
he's
hell.
underrated for real.
He's mid. We're not gonna act like the Bills running backs they're mid at best. Okay, maybe average. Maybe average.
They don't. I feel like they don't deploy
Mid is
them
average,
like,
Ivan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank
They
you.
don't. I feel like as a group they could probably deploy them.
They're mid.
As a group they could probably be used.
So if Singletary went to another team, you think he'd be a starter?
No, he's
I
not
think
good.
He's not good. Like we're not gonna pretend that Singletary is he's mid. Come on, he's mid.
Cool.
Moss
He's mid.
is mid.
At best.
Dalvin Cook's brother is
So-
mid.
So what point do you think Russell Wilson is at in his career? He's not at what point in his career do you think he's at?
He's probably towards the end. Like this is probably like if this is like the start of like the new Russell Wilson, this is the fall off. Like,
So you say fixable meaning what?
I think it's fixable. I think it's fixable.
I feel like it's fixable, meaning like they go in, they get a good coach to come in next year and scheme him up and get him back on the right track and get him back to like play action passes and rollouts and bootlegs and stuff of that nature, instead of him trying to have him like out there 4 wide. Like just stick to what he knows and stick to what's good with him. I feel like that's fixable, like going back to basics.
I think easily a good coach with a good system coming in there and them fixing the locker room issues and fixing the culture. I think they easily could be formidable again. Like, I think it's a very simple fix.
They're probably going to get a defensive coach to go in there and fix the culture. I think.
Yeah, I honestly think it's an easy fix. Like, I don't think it's that difficult to fix.
I've heard like names like, of course, we've heard Sean Payton, we've heard like a Jim Caldwell, we've heard people who
those two could make a difference. I think those two could definitely make a difference.
Jim Caldwell's gonna be mid, bro. They're not gonna
Sean Payton, yes, but
Sean Payton, I think he would be.
Jim Caldwell's a good. I'm not gonna
listen.
He's had success. They did Jim Caldwell dirty. I would die on that hill with the Lions. He only had one losing season with the Lions.
I understand that, Ivan, and I respect that, but he's mid.
I mean, but you need somebody who's going to be a veteran coach.
I understand what you're saying. Like,
I'm saying from the standpoint of him changing culture, he could do that.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I'm saying.
You could say like he probably set the tone for the Vikings, the Lions culture to change.
I'm just saying that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying he's going to come there and he's going to like win a Super Bowl or anything like that.
I'm just upset you said him right after you said Sean Payton.
Or if you do bring in a defensive guy, like you need to bring in like a coordinator, like
Daryl
Bevel, who was with him in Seattle, or Brian Schottenheimer, somebody like that who knows Russ.
Oh, I can tell you right now, the Broncos ain't hiring no D'Amico Ryans.
Oh, that shit. You go get Russ, a defensive coordinator, somebody's going to hold niggas in check and demand a voice in the locker room, and you go get him somebody, an offensive coordinator, probably that he picks out, that he can work with, that's going to be somewhere even of what you like and what he likes. And
I think they also need to sign some veteran, like not a player that necessarily like they need him to make it like the difference, but some guy that can literally hold it down in the locker room, so it's not Russ being like the main leader, like the main guy.
That's crazy because that should be Russ.
That should be Russ.
I agree, but some people just aren't like leaders.
I don't think they have any real defensive vets right now. I feel like the defense is real young.
Not. Some people are just not leaders. Like
they have Justin Simmons.
Like, yeah, but he young money though. You know what I mean? Like he his second contract. I'm a Pro Bowler. I'm lit out here. So
I gotta bring somebody else in the locker room because my future Hall of Fame quarterback.
But you gotta think about it. Just because you're a good player, doesn't mean you're the best.
That's a big problem. How does that sound?
Do you think you should bring like a veteran wide?
What you mean?
All the time? How many future Hall of Fame quarterbacks aren't the leader in the locker room?
I mean, Justin Herbert's not a leader.
Really? I mean,
is he a future Hall of Fame quarterback?
Is Aaron Rodgers
a good
leader? Is
Aaron Rodgers might be.
Is Aaron Rodgers a good leader?
I think Aaron Rodgers is the leader in the locker room.
I don't know who's the leader of the. He's not a leader in the complete locker room, but
he's a dickhead. He's a dickhead, but I think he's a leader.
I don't think he's a leader. I think he's
all I know is
who's the leader of the Packers then, Ivan? Who's the leader on that team? It's not Aaron Rodgers.
All I know is niggas not gonna be in the sideline arguing with Jordan about what
Aaron Rodgers is the best player on the team.
I mean, what Aaron Rodgers doing on the field.
I'm saying who's not the leader if it's him?
It could be a linebacker.
Bakhtiari.
Rashawn Gary's the leader.
Bakhtiari.
Aaron Rodgers the only captain on the team.
No, I'm telling you, who's the not leader if it's not Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know.
Devondre Campbell.
It will have to be Bakhtiari.
That's the leader.
It will have to be Bakhtiari. If it's not Aaron Rodgers, it has to be Bakhtiari or Toya.
Not all big names are always the captain.
You said it happens all the time. So I need you to name me all the time that happens to the future Hall of Fame quarterback's not the leader.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers.
That's rare.
I mean, the Patriots. Guys like Matthew Slater are leaders on the team.
Was Eli Manning the leader?
But
Shane, Tom Brady was the fuck.
I'm saying now, like Matthew Slater now.
I'm saying, but there's not a Hall of Fame quarterback on that team, bro.
Devin McCourty, guys like that, the Patriots are leaders.
But you're not understanding what he's saying.
The Hall of Fame quarterback is supposed to be the leader. I would say it happens all the time, but it's not the case.
Eli Manning was the leader of the locker room, bro.
That's very rare. It doesn't happen, bro.
Eli Manning was there for like 30 years. He was the leader of the locker room.
No, he wasn't.
You have never once heard people come out and speak bad about Eli.
Okay, that doesn't mean he's a leader. That doesn't mean he's a leader, though.
Wasn't it guys like Antrell Roll leaders on the Giants? Pretty sure.
Yeah, Eli was the leader of the offense, bro.
So one time means it happens all the time.
I just named 2 players.
Yeah, I don't think y'all understand.
I'm telling you, I think Aaron Rodgers is the leader of the Packers.
I
can give you Eli.
I don't think he is.
I think he's the leader of the Packers.
I don't think he is.
He is, bro. He has.
No, he's not. He's just the best player on the team. He's just the best player on the team.
He's the leader of the offense. At the very least, he leads the offense, and everybody. When
he's the quarterback. Obviously, he should lead the offense. He's the quarterback.
Niggas on the offense is not listening to Russ.
Nobody's listening to Russell.
Nobody's on the sideline arguing about the performance.
He gets sacked 3 straight times. Nobody's helping him up. Niggas are helping Aaron Rodgers up, bro.
That's not the argument. I know he's.
But you gotta understand though.
You named me 2 cases, one iffy case, and you said it happens all the time.
Okay, hold on. Let me keep.
You prove my point that it's rare.
Hey, you know what happens? You know what happens on the Packers? If Aaron Rodgers yelling at niggas, you know what they're doing? They sitting just like this.
Listening.
Tom Brady yelling at niggas. They sitting just like this.
Is Kirk Cousins a future Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yeah, he's gonna go. He's probably gonna go.
He's not going.
He'll probably go.
He's not.
He'll probably go.
He'll
probably go.
He's not.
If he makes the Super Bowl, I bet they put him.
Let's not do this thing where we just say things to prove a point. He's not going to the Hall of Fame.
All right. If Romo makes the Hall of Fame, Kurt's going. Just
Romo going to the Hall of Fame.
If Romo goes, he's going. If
Romo would have went to the Super Bowl and he would have won, he would make the Hall of Fame.
And the only reason why Romo is going to the Hall of Fame if he goes is because he played with a star on his helmet, and that's Jerry Jones' favorite player I've ever heard him talk about.
Well,
so in other words, he's going. No. He's going.
If he were to win a Super Bowl, he'd be one of the greatest undrafted quarterbacks of all time.
He's not going.
He might be the greatest undrafted quarterback.
And there's Kirk Cousins would have to run off some all pros.
And Warren Moon, and then like Tony Romo was like,
he's not going
below that. But
if Kirk Cousins come out the NFC this year, and make the Super Bowl, they gonna.
The fact that you went to Kirk is proving my point further. That's all you have at this point.
What?
It's very
was Matt Ryan the leader for the Falcons?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think he was?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Matt Ryan was a leader, and especially he led by example too.
It doesn't happen, bro. Like if you're a future Hall of Famer, I don't care. If you're a future Hall of Famer in general, you should be a leader. But at the quarterback, bro,
I'm just saying, not everyone does. I feel like not everybody that's literally a Hall of Famer in any sport is just guaranteed.
No, I'm saying if you're a future Hall of Fame quarterback, you should be the leader on that team.
No. I agree. I do agree with that.
You should be.
I agree with that.
And the fact that we have to bring in somebody else to be the leader is bad.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. But it has to happen. I think that has to happen.
It does.
I think it has. I'm not saying Russ can't.
Yeah, it has to. It has to happen.
I'm just saying he can't be the main leader. He can still be a leader, but just not the main one. They need to bring someone in that's the main one. I think.
You think bringing like
Russ's days as a top 10 quarterback?
Just some veteran guy that people respect. They will come there that will have Russ's back when he needs to have his back, and that teammates respect him and get the.
Just bringing like a veteran wide receiver to help out the receivers too. Like,
that's what they don't need no receiver
line too.
No, they don't need them. They're saying just to help the chemistry with them.
Right.
The chemistry with them and Russ. That's why they don't really. They don't need defenders.
That's a damn shame.
Anyway,
the fact that we need all this.
No, I agree.
I think it's over with. I think he's over with.
So you think his career's over?
No, he's gonna still.
To bounce back
I think Russ's better days of like top 10 quarterback. I think he's done. Because he's still, even though you guys said he had a solid season last year, this year he's throwing for basically the same amount of yards. He just has more picks, less touchdowns. But I think Russ is.
I mean, they better praise
he missed like what 4 games.
At this point of last year, he played 14 games last year, 13 games so far this year. So the stats are more or less the same passing yardage wise. It's just like his decision making and his touchdown. That's the thing. But I'm saying it's not all about the stats. I'm saying when I'm looking at him, I don't see the same Russell Wilson as far as decision making and all that stuff.
Yeah, like I said, like you said, it's not all about the stats. It's like he could be playing bad, but like people aren't listening to him. He was on the sideline trying to talk to people on Sunday, and they were just like, whatever.
Bro, he had to get Brett Rippin or whatever the fuck his name is to go yell at the offensive line because they're not responding to him, bro. I've never seen
the offensive line was about to fight Brett Rippin. Yeah. Like Paul said, he getting sacked. He getting sacked and niggas not helping out.
You're not paying consecutively, and they're not picking you up.
Like you're running on the field and defenders on your own team are bumping your shoulder like you're a bitch.
It's crazy.
Like you're not a grown ass man, a whole ass Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I'm saying it's fixable because you know what cures everything?
Winning.
What cures everything?
Winning.
Yep.
Time.
Winning. In sports. I'm talking about in sports.
Oh, well, sports, yeah. I mean, they got to wait till next year to win.
I know, that's what I'm saying. All it takes, think about this. Hypothetically. Just think about this hypothetically. They get a new coach in there, and let's just say they're winning games and stuff like that. Literally, next year will be an afterthought. Literally. That's how quick it will be.
Yeah, but I don't see it.
Nobody Kawhi Leonard. Oh, no. It's Barnes and it's Scotty Barnes and Kawhi Leonard just jumped the tip.
The jump ball?
Yeah. Oh no, never. I was a jump ball. I was
about to say, bro.
I thought this was starting the game off.
I'm about to say that's some stuff you do with little league coach. You want to jump, let my point guards jump today.
Were they even at midcourt? Like midcourt? When they did that?
Had to have been if he thought it was the tip.
Yeah, that was midcourt. It was midcourt. I thought
midcourt. They did a jump. They did a jump ball like that. Interesting.
Yeah, whatever the jump ball is closest to, like whatever circle is closest to, they do it there.
Interesting. But I guess we will see.
Yeah, we'll keep tabs on this. I'm gonna keep this in the receipts. I think Russ is over with. Y'all think it's salvageable?
I think it's definitely salvageable. It
has to be.
I think it's definitely salvageable.
$107 million.
They can't. They have to with him for 3 years.
I mean, it had to be, but that don't mean it is.
That's a whole team's like.
I can't
almost
see
like
this
they're
exact.
for
I
players.
can't see this
like,
exact same season happening again.
You can't do anything like.
I can't picture that.
Him.
He can get better, but I don't think he's going to get better to the point where it's like something we're going to write home about. Nah, I don't think so. At best, they're third best team in the division too.
The team, but also that team's going to look completely different too. They're going to gut the roster, like they're going to change some of those receivers out. So we will see. Like y'all saying.
Yeah, I'm just kind of patting myself in the back because I kind of called this bullshit season by Russ.
I mean, they do have.
I don't remember you saying that.
I thought he was going to be re-energized. I thought he was going to be out for something to prove.
Unless you got receipts like
no, this was on the show. I never said it in a group, so I can't go back and watch all the shows. So you got me on that. But if I send in a text message, then yeah, I might. You know what? I think I did because the very first game of the season, I picked Seattle to beat the Broncos. I zagged in that game, so I might have something. I'm gonna find it though.
I mean, luckily they do have the Dolphins' first round pick from the Bradley Chubb trade, so at least get somebody like an offensive lineman. Or
now, if he has a bad year next year, then I can't. There's nothing else I can say. It's over. But we'll see what happens with them next season. I think it's fixable. They're young. Get the right coach in there. The right coach can literally transform things in a year. You see teams before literally look horrible, like unfixable, and then the right coach comes in there and makes a difference. So we'll see.
Well, who was the right coach?
Sean Payton.
But I saw something that said they think Sean Payton about to go back to New Orleans.
Well,
I like what Shane said earlier in the group about Herbert. Like he could coach Herbert. I think he waits because I don't think their coach is that good, even though they're going to playoffs. But I think that I think that he could hold off.
He's not. I think he might wait this year. Like he said, he been sucking Herbert, and he also been talking about Caleb Williams going to start the lottery, so he can wait to see how the draft shake out next year and get a chance to pick his place. Like,
I bet you did like it when he said, "Oh, he can get with him." I bet you did like it.
The Saints, what they said was the Saints, like Dennis Allen, he's going to be staying next year, but he could be staying as defensive coordinator, and then Sean
I
Payton
don't see
come
him
back.
going back.
And then
like,
there's rumor that Tom Brady
I
might
don't think he's gonna
come to
backtrack
New
back
Orleans.
to the Saints.
Possibly.
I think he's gonna definitely.
Why wouldn't he? He probably didn't leave. He probably still got the house there.
I mean, I think he's still technically on contract with them.
He is.
So
they're gonna trade him to wherever he go anyway for a 4th round or 5th round because they need picks. They need to come up on some of them contracts in New Orleans anyway.
shoot, if they ain't got the right quarterback in New Orleans, he ain't going. Tell you that.
They don't even, they don't even have a 1st round pick to get a quarterback this year.
That's what I'm saying. And they have to be.
I mean, he'll make it work with Vaughn's favorite quarterback.
And they literally would have to be horrible to get Caleb next year.
Taysom Hill more.
Horrible. They would have to literally be one of the worst teams in the league to get Caleb next year.
What makes you think that they'll improve next year, though? You know?
Well, what makes you think they're going to be like the Texans? They're not going to be like the Texans.
I mean, play call.
They got to get rid of the players that they have or a contract. And they really can't sign nobody else.
They're in cap hell.
Exactly. So they're gonna keep trying to delay this, but they gotta get rid of Cam Jordan. They have to get rid of Lattimore.
Cam Jordan.
They're gonna get rid of Kamara. They're gonna get Mike Thomas is gone. He ain't played since he signed that deal.
Okay.
He's probably done.
So you think they're literally gonna be like terrible next year?
I think so, yeah. There's no upside for them being good.
I mean, some of the older guys won't be there. I mean, like you said, there's not gonna be a Chris Harris gonna be there. Cam Jordan has to go. Michael Thomas has to go.
They already was trying to get rid of Kamara this year.
Right.
So he's for the highest bidder in the offseason.
For sure. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting though.
And maybe he'll go to the Rams somehow. Who knows how they'll get Alvin Kamara.
Yo, if he goes to the Rams, hey yo. Sean McVay, his eyes will light up if they got Kamara. Hey yo, you'll be dirty.
He might go to the Eagles, but yeah,
he's not going to Philly. Unless
so
they
who
let
got the last playoff spot in the AFC?
Who's up between the Dolphins?
Who's all in the hunt?
Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Steelers are still there.
Jets.
If Tua plays, I'm gonna say the Dolphins. But if Tua doesn't start at all, then I would say
I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
Even if Tua, I mean, I already know you're on the 10.
I'm just gonna go with the Dolphins.
You have to.
The way you're defending 10, you got to take the Dolphins. I might go with the Jets too, actually.
Yeah,
if Tua doesn't play, I'll go with the Jets.
The Jets got kinky this year, though.
I'm going with the
They
Jets.
got problems at quarterback because I don't know if Mike White the answer for them either.
I don't think he's the answer, but
they're not the answer. But I feel like they have so much talent that Mike White just can't be Zach Wilson.
Honestly,
Zach Wilson literally fucks up.
You know what's funny?
Yeah, he fucked off.
When Flacco started those few games, he was like top 7 in passing.
Yeah, they have a lot of talent, bro. And
Like
Garrett Wilson is nice. He's nice.
They got some offensive weapons like shit.
Oh, I know Garrett Wilson is nice.
I know but of course, I don't watch college. But Garrett Wilson's nice. They got some talent. They got some talent, legit talent on both sides of the ball. So
even though it still hurt him that Brees got hurt, and they still had Brees too. Whew.
Yeah.
They niggas were saying Brees. I forgot they saying like Brees Hall was like Nick Chubb, or I forgot who his comparison was or something crazy.
Brees Hall, he's a baller dog. Like
he was cooking though.
Yeah, he was definitely cooking.
And they got tight ends too. They got 2 good tight ends.
Who they tight ends?
They got Conklin and Uzama.
Okay. So, Uzama. I feel like he was like a culture center for them a little bit. I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel like that was good. That was a real good pickup for them and their team and their culture.
And I feel like they still have the field, which is crazy.
They got Quentin Williams back too.
Yeah, they got Quentin Williams and his brother, Quentin and Quentin, I think.
Yeah, Quentin and Quincy.
CJ Mosley hooping again.
They got Jonathan Myers Franklin back there. Sorry, on the defensive line too.
Do they got Quan Alexander too?
No, CJ.
No, I thought they had Quan. They did have Quan before. He's not there no more.
Right. And of course they got DJ Reed with Sauce. And then LaMarcus Joyner he's that safety with
He's been around the block.
Yeah.
Yes, they close with the Seahawks, and then they have the Dolphins, which could be for that 7th seed, very likely. So I think the Jets are gonna get that because I don't see Tua playing no more. I don't see Tua playing this last.
If Tua doesn't play, they're not making it. In my opinion, they're not making it.
Because this is what his second documented concussion, like low key, maybe third or fourth.
Season, no.
I mean, it hasn't been confirmed.
They still do have Quan. Yeah,
it hasn't been confirmed.
Huh?
They do have Quan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Quan, CJ, and Quincy. Yeah. Oh, that's who it is. They got Jordan Whitehead.
That's who it is. It hasn't been confirmed that he actually had a concussion, though.
That's who I was trying to think of. Jordan Whitehead.
Safety.
And they got Carl Lawson out there on the edge.
Yep.
If he not
Lawson, Rankins, Quentin Williams, John Franklin Myers. They got Quan, CJ, Quincy, Sauce, DJ Reed, LaMarcus Joyner, Jordan Whitehead. That's a squad.
Yeah, they got some talent out there.
They're literally their quarterback is the QB. If they have the decent quarterback play, that's a pretty good team.
Mike fucking White.
They like Mike White. But then again, I feel like they like him by default.
White Lotus.
Zach Wilson is just horrible.
Yeah, Zach Wilson is awful. And that last game was like one of the worst games I've ever seen.
For sure. You call him a bust. Even though I like to call people a bust, even if it's only their second year, I don't like to personally call them a bust. But he's pretty bad. Though.
Him and Mac Jones.
Tell him bring it back.
And I'm saying the next Mahomes. And I'm saying that because they're white.
That's what Yak told me. I tried to scout report on Zach Wilson before that. Somebody told me Aaron Rodgers.
It's bad.
Well, you didn't hear that from me. I never thought he should have got taken over Justin Fields.
One of the worst passes we've ever seen was like the best pass of the game for the Jets. That's how bad it was. Who was it? Uzama was wide open. He was wide open, and then who was it? Stravler threw it behind him.
I'm personally
like cheering. Actually a positive play.
Zach Wilson.
Bro, they had to put Stravler in the game.
That was crazy. I forgot that Stravler was playing.
They had to put Stravler in the game, bro. That's how bad it was, bro. Stravler's one of those quarterbacks you take on Madden just to build up. He's like a 50-something.
Yeah.
It's bad. Because I use him. It's bad.
That might have been his best game, too. He still looked bad. Really
How
bad.
y'all feel about the
That's one of the worst games I've ever seen somebody play.
No, he's played worse than that. He's played worse than that.
I think the Giants get in because they got the Colts this week. They win in their end.
Giants are the 6th right now?
With Nick Foles starting.
And who do the Commanders have their last two?
We have the Browns and the Cowboys.
Who do the Lions have their last two?
They got two division opponents. I think they got the Packers and the Bears, I think. Or is the Vikings?
Yeah, they're going playing the Vikings, so it's probably the Bears and the Packers.
I don't know. I think
I'm torn. Because personally, I think we can make the playoffs. I just think we can make the playoffs, but then the other side of me is I don't for what? Like, just to say I'm tired of just making the playoffs, just to say we made it and then going straight home. I'm tired of doing that personally. Like, yes, it'd be cool to say, oh yeah, we made the postseason, at 9-7-1 or whatever. It's cool, but whatever. But we're not going to win any playoff games unless if we play the Vikings. I'll actually like that matchup a lot. But outside of that, I mean, I don't really like any other matchup in the NFC, and it'd be pointless. I'm tired of going to the playoffs and just losing in the first round. Personally.
It's not that bad though. Like y'all are in a kind of no man's land spot. Like you're not too far off a bad pick. So even if you went to the playoffs and went one and done, you wouldn't be too far off the pick you originally would have had if you missed the playoffs. So it's at that point where like might as well go to the playoffs, get it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, in the draft, we really need a dominant lineman. So I think we could get a good lineman in that spot.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. Like you don't want to be like the 3-4 seed, 4-5 seeds going and missing it for no reason. But you're on a 7 seed. Why not? You weren't expecting to make the playoffs coming into the season anyway. So
no, I definitely wasn't. So that's for sure.
I hate to say this. I feel like the boogeyman's going to get into the playoffs.
Don't be copping over
Rodgers.
There's no way. Why people? Are just
they have the same record as the Lions and the Seahawks.
You see the Seahawks play, right? The Seahawks play the Jets this week, and I feel like the Rams could sneak them. I just have a feeling that the Rams might
for sure because they're playing. They don't have their picks, so fuck it. They're playing. You know
Look who they played though. Look who they played.
They beat the Raiders. They beat the Raiders with Baker, and they beat.
And how the Raiders look?
I mean, the Raiders in the playoff picture. The
and then
Raiders
they
in the
beat up
playoff picture.
And then they beat up the bad Broncos team. Like, will we really go to act like the Rams is all that?
I mean,
Are the Raiders that much better than Seattle?
I mean, Raiders beat the Chargers. And
The Raiders aren't good.
And at least they were competitive against the Chiefs. The Seahawks.
The Packers, they need so many teams to lose both games. Like, first of all, we have the tiebreaker.
Chance of making it. They didn't have that before. Like, it's possible.
Okay, anything's possible.
They're gonna sneak in.
They're just gassing it because.
You know what the best part would be if it was
any other quarterback in the NFC, they would be gassing as much as they did.
But I mean, they literally have the same record as the other two teams. They just need like
this.
Yeah.
I would love
and we already had the tiebreaker. And we already had the tiebreaker over the.
No. I would hate if they got in, but I would love if they faced the 49ers.
Why would you hate if they got
waxed again by the 49ers?
Well, you're just saying that because Aaron Rodgers has y'all number.
It would have to be the Vikings for if they got in. That's
like the only team he could probably beat in the playoffs is you guys. Other than that, he's losing to everybody else if they made it.
You don't think they could beat the Vikings? I think they could.
No, I don't think they are.
I think they're a better team than what they were earlier in the year.
I mean, can they beat the Vikings? Sure, but I still got the Vikings winning that game.
Because I feel like with Christian Watkins,
I think anything's possible in a division game. I think anything possible in a division game.
Right.
Tua gave them three interceptions. Give them free interceptions, and they still barely hung in there and won the game. Like he literally passed it right to him.
I mean, this is the Dolphins' defense compared to the Vikings' defense. The Vikings' defense is a turnstile almost.
The Packers' defense is inconsistent. Like their defense doesn't really. It doesn't really like.
I mean, it's better than the Vikings' defense.
I mean, that's not saying much.
I know it's not, but I'm just saying like Christian Watkins.
And they have some talent in their defense.
The Vikings, yes, they could be inconsistent, but they can put up points way quicker than the Packers can.
Are you sure about that?
We seen it. We seen it way more. How many times have they scored 30 points the Packers this year?
I'm just saying what I'm saying is like what Christian Watkins developing to what he is now. You have Randall Cobb back.
What is he now?
Dobbs is back.
What is he?
I'm saying Lazard. I'm saying he could next year. He could be number one next year. Not this year.
Heck no.
I'm saying he's still a threat. Like I'm saying, remember the first play? Do you remember the first play of the year for the Packers? He cooked Patrick Peterson, but he dropped a touchdown pass.
So he cooked the old Patrick
Peterson.
Wow.
That's the number one corner.
Patrick Peterson.
I'm saying that's the number one corner. They're bad on defense.
Patrick Johnson?
So
I think we can say he has potential to be very good, but number one next year, Shane, that's a huge jump. A number one receiver next year.
And he's like he has potential. I'm not saying he doesn't have potential.
They're number one, sure.
Right,
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the Packers number one. That's what I'm saying next year.
By default. So
by default, yes.
I think Aaron Rodgers will come back, and him and Romeo Dobbs will work in the offseason with Rodgers, and they'll have more chemistry.
So what's your argument here? What are you saying?
I'm saying that I feel like the Packers could shred the Vikings defense and put points up. I think the Vikings will give up 30 points.
I mean, that's possible. That the Vikings gave up 30 points in the first half of the Colts. So that's not really saying much.
Have we seen the Packers put 30 points up on people this year? We haven't really seen it.
I think so. Did Aaron Rodgers just put up 30 like a couple weeks ago? They was cooking.
Who? Let's see. They put up 26 last week against Dallas. They put up what? 28 against y'all.
They put up 33 on us.
Yeah, they was.
They did.
Yeah.
It was cooking.
It was way closer than it should have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they was doing.
I don't know about the rest, but I remember that game vividly. It was.
Yeah, I knew recently they was cooking. Yeah, they was cooking.
Well,
They keep pissing me off. When they beat y'all, how many points did they have?
31.
They had 31 on the Cowboys.
Yeah. Christian Watkins had 3 touchdowns in one of them games.
Yeah, he went off.
He had 3 touchdowns in like one of them games. He had like 8 touchdowns in 2 weeks or something like that.
I just think the fact that we
like 3 weeks, he had 8 touchdowns.
And we could count on a few fingers that they only had 30 points those few games is like.
What we're saying, it's possible though.
I mean, yeah. Have they put up 30
those
points
defenses they put 30 points on aren't bad defenses. Like Cowboys, good defense. We have a good defense.
They didn't put 30 against us.
I mean, you guys are peasants, but it happens.
We beat them.
They're not good though. They're peasants too.
The Vikings week 1.
They're not good.
They were the way they're going to put up 30 points week 1 with their situation with the wide receivers at that time and the team, there was no way. What this Packers team now is different than what they were beginning of the year.
I don't think they're a lot better. Good. I don't think they're good. They're worse than they were last year.
I feel like
Devontae Adams isn't there.
I feel like the difference between the beginning of the year and the end of the year is that Aaron Rodgers just got more trust in Christian.
Yeah,
that's it. I feel like that's he found out somebody
Did he have a
that's
game
going to
against Miami?
get the rock.
What did he do against Miami?
What happened?
What did he do against Miami?
He got hurt, I believe.
Damn. Christian Watkins?
Damn, that's that. I forgot about that. Watson's hurt. He's day to day, so he might not play.
Oh, interesting. It wouldn't matter even if he did play. They're not going to the playoffs.
It's a chance.
Okay, and if I do these parlays, there's a chance I could win.
I mean, there's always a chance. I mean, they really didn't have a chance like a few weeks ago.
I mean, the NFC wasn't really that good, so a lot of teams that normally wouldn't have a chance had a chance.
And then you guys keep losing. You guys and the Giants keep losing.
I mean, do you not look at our quarterback situation? I mean, what do you want? Like, what are you expecting?
A whole walking.
You got a former almost MVP, and you got a young stud on the up and coming.
Who's a young stud up and coming who's been in and out the league for 10 years? That's not up and coming. What are you talking about? He's been in and out the league for like 10 years.
It don't make no sense. Y'all got all these weapons on offense, and y'all just don't beat.
We have a lot of plethora of weapons on offense, and our quarter. And not to mention Scott Turner is a horrible. He's a horrible offensive coordinator. Horrible.
Give me Jahan Dotson. Give me him.
How about give me a quarter? Give us Dak.
Ron Rivera, like John Harbaugh, or 97 North.
Quarterback. Give us
or 95 North is not going to fire nobody he knows.
Please. Honestly, I think Daniel Jones on our team will be fine. Like we will make the play. We will probably win 9 to 10 games.
Dimes isn't that he's grown a little bit on.
I mean, like I said, Daniel Jones on our team, I feel like we'll be decent with our weapons.
I think
Daniel Jones.
Yes,
he might go somewhere else and become a pro.
He might be all right. Yeah, he might be all right.
I don't see the Giants signing him to a big contract.
No, the Giants gonna bring him back. I feel like
they'll bring him back, but not a big joint. He can get a little.
Give him a big contract though.
They gotta get some wide receivers for him. I mean, Hodgins has been playing well for them lately. Isaiah Hodgins.
He's
been nice lately.
The dude with the dreads, he was
from Virginia Tech.
What's the dude with the Wicks? He don't got dreads. He got Wicks. Something James.
Oh, Richie James. Oh,
yeah, Richie James.
I mean, he's all right.
Richie James been in the league since who was that other dude that played for Giants that was like real fast at the combine? Like that was like 6 years ago. They had drafted somebody, I want to say, and Adidas had all three of them on the cover.
He's been in the league.
But like we're being real fast. That's what Adidas was just giving money out for niggas at the
Richie James was with the 49ers, if I remember at one point.
Yeah, I want to say Richie James
He's been in the league that long?
He's been in the league for a minute.
Yo, never mind. Never mind. I mean, he's manageable, but you got to think about Sterling. Sterling, he was hurt this year.
He's hurt.
Yeah, Sterling was hurt. Go get him back.
Wandale's hurt too.
Yeah. And they still got the yo from the Lions who literally has
he's done. He's probably gonna get cut.
Yeah.
What happened to him? Now, what happened to him? What happened? That's the real question.
They say some people say Stafford made him.
Stafford made him.
They said Stafford made him.
And I can't lie. I can't be against that. I mean, like, even when Stafford was out, like with the Lions, he wasn't performing as well.
Listen to me. I'm just going to say I can't see Matt Stafford making no quarterback.
No wide receiver. Playing with Detroit, he was getting busy. Like I don't know how you just drop like that's crazy to me, yo. I
don't know about Matt Stafford making him. I'm not going to say Matt Stafford made any wide receiver, but he did fall off. So
I don't know because if you look at Galladay's routes, he was getting separation. Like he was doing his like you can't say he made him on that.
You think he got Allen Robinson syndrome?
Yeah, because how he make Kenny Galladay, he can't get the rock to Allen Robinson.
Yeah, that's bad.
Allen Robinson had multiple. You have to think about Allen Robinson had 1,000 yards on multiple teams. That's not Galladay.
Yeah, exactly. He's a proven receiver.
Galladay had one good year, maybe two.
He had two good years.
Okay, he had 2 good years. Okay,
but the drop off was disgusting.
Like, but I'm talking about like he's really bad. Like,
the drop off was nasty.
Thrown to him. Like he's really bad. Like it's not even like
he's done there. He's done there.
He's really bad. Like really
he needs a fresh start. It's over.
No, he needs a fresh start.
He might not get picked up next year.
Oh, he's 29? Oh.
He's done. He's done.
He might as well go ahead and make the switch to tight end now.
Tight
end is the CDL of the wide receiver group. Do we agree?
So yeah.
Let's switch to tight end.
He just gonna be a slot receiver.
He's gonna be a tight end, bro. I don't know what he's gonna be. He just need to go be a tight end.
Working line. Look
at Jawan Johnson out there in New Orleans eating that tight end now. All of a sudden he just slid over a little bit. He eating now.
He's got to gain some weight, Galladay. He's like 214 or 215.
He didn't lose some weight. He maybe need to be more agile or something.
He's probably like 240 now.
He's like, sure, they should have kept Evan Ingram.
He's not like Evan Ingram, who's like fast, like a wide receiver.
They should have kept Evan Ingram. Actually, they should have kept him.
Nah, Evan Ingram got the bag somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
He's on a 1-year deal, so he's gonna get paid.
He'll get signed. He'll get signed next year.
I'm happy for Ingram. Happy for him.
He's actually catching the ball this year. Like that's the thing. He was good. He just was dropping.
New York sales tax dropped off his contract. He good now.
He ain't paying no state income taxes, right?
Yeah, and Florida all money in. Whatever Nipsey say.
Yeah, think about this. The Ole Miss had Evan Ingram. They had Van Jefferson, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
They had Laquan Treadwell, and they had
they still suck.
Laramie Tunsil,
all them dudes.
Laramie Tunsil was out there at the time. Who was Robert Nkedici, yeah, and his brother,
whatever, yeah.
And they were still average.
Who?
They was putting up points. No, with Chad
Kelly.
Sugar
Bowl out there. What you talking about?
With Chad Kelly, they was putting up points.
They won the Sugar Bowl. It is Ole Miss we talking about, bro. Come on. What are you talking about? It's Ole Miss we talking about. What are you talking about? That's a big deal for them.
Yeah, they beat Alabama with Chad Kelly.
The fact that you even have to say it like that, you already know where I'm going.
First off, like I'm not going to discount nobody winning New Year's Six Bowl. Anyway, that's the best bowl you can get to. If you can't get to the playoff, you want to go to a New Year's Six Bowl. If they didn't get to the playoff, they went to the New Year's Six Bowl and they handle business.
What's the one quarterback? Bo, what's his name? Ole Miss. Like he beat Alabama. Bo Wallace.
So Ivan, are you of the mindset that all the other bowls are irrelevant because there's the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay, I don't watch college football. I'm with you too, but I feel the same way.
Coming from Ohio State,
I've always felt this. I've always felt the same way because Jack always talk about that Rose Bowl bullshit.
Yeah, I bet niggas hate. I bet niggas hate because
I'm glad to hear you say that because you're the average college football watcher.
He's not an average shit. I don't even know why you listen to Ivan. He just know Ohio State and not Michigan. I don't know why you even sit there. I don't even know why you even sit there here like listen.
Yes, that's more than I know.
He literally just said because my team goes to the playoff every year, everything else is invalid.
Exactly. Don't get mad because your team.
So I'm not listening to that nonsense.
Shane, how do you
feel? You want to know why? They don't even. You want to know why? Ever since they won a playoff in 2014, they get ran in the playoffs. So what are they doing? They're just going to get ran. Yeah, that's it. So what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Don't get mad because your team doesn't reach that thing.
They're going to get ran. They're going to get ran like they get like Michigan do them now. That's all.
We'll see. But guess what bowl y'all team playing in?
Shane, we're playing
the Sugar Bowl.
We're playing in the Cotton Bowl.
What bowl y'all playing in?
We're playing in the Cotton Bowl. Thank you very much. We're playing in the Cotton Bowl with our first-year transfer quarterback. We're playing in the Cotton Bowl with our first-year transfer quarterback and our first-year head coach. While your coach was gifted an awesome program and he's done nothing but make it worse. So continue on.
How does he make it worse when he only lost 5 games?
He lost to Michigan 2 years in a row and has not won the Big Ten.
So I have a question. I have a question.
Okay.
So would you rather lose in the college football playoffs or win the Cotton Bowl?
Irrelevant in a while.
Of course, I would rather lose in the college football playoffs. But in this case, in instance that I'm talking to Ivan, he knows that Ryan Day has made the program worse. And I'm not going to sit here and argue with him. He knows it. It's not an argument. It's a statement of fact.
We know what happens.
They got ran by Michigan 2 years in a row. Urban Meyer never lost. And the point differential was in the hundreds.
Last time y'all see this in the bowl, yeah?
Where the point differential was in the hundreds.
What happened? Let me know. Talk to me when y'all reach the playoffs.
We lost to y'all. But tell me what happens when y'all reach the playoffs.
Talk to me when y'all reach the playoffs.
What happens when y'all reach the playoffs?
We've been to a national championship recently.
Okay. 10 years ago. Congratulations. You won 10 years ago. Again, I have a 5-year limit on talking about
the
championship.
last time y'all won a national championship, you was like 5.
It was the same.
It was like 5.
Guess what?
Stop it.
And it was
like
closer.
5.
It was
Y'all
closer
were
to
5.
y'all winning
You were
than it is to
5 years
now.
old.
I want you to know
how
that.
to spell Reggie Bush.
I want you to know that. It was closer to y'all winning than it is to now.
Stop
it. You know that, right?
Stop it.
It was closer to y'all winning than it is to now. You know that, right?
We lost to Michigan, but y'all lost to Utah twice.
Okay,
Here,
but you know the last time y'all winning the championship, it's closer to when the last time we won a championship than it is to now.
You should be
you know the last time y'all won a championship is closer to the last time we won a championship than it is to now, right? Okay, exactly. Exactly. Thank you very much. And go Big Blue. Shout out my hardball brother Jim. Shout out JJ McCarthy. Shout out to him, bro. They couldn't beat Michigan 2 years in a row. We lost to Utah first year relevancy. Congratulations. Shout out to him.
Y'all can beat Utah. Y'all suck.
All right, y'all. On that note, we'll catch y'all next week.
We all beat Michigan. Or do Michigan run the Big Ten now?
Y'all suck.
Michigan run the Big Ten now.
USC is trash.
Michigan run the Big Ten now. Shout out to Michigan.
Trash.
Shout out to
Y'all
Michigan.
Never win a Big Ten title.
Shout out to Michigan, bro.
Trash.
I never thought I'd be here talking about shout out to Michigan.
Go Utah.
Go Big Blue in the play.